Hi, my lovely spectators, Dee Dee here, and welcome to my studio. So, today I'm doing a video for the hashtag Botanical Christmas Challenge that Michelle over at the Junk Journal Studio is hosting from now until December 19th. So, if you create something using a combo of one of her botanical kits, and also the, let's see, let me show you the paper that I have right here. So here it goes right here. So this is all my stuff that I've been chopping into. So it's, anybody can participate. You can go to her Etsy and you can get anything. Right now, most of the stuff is 50% off. I know this is a little blurry because I shrunk it down. Botanical mega packs. So there's all different kind of colors. So if you like pink for the Christmas season, you could do the pink botanical. There's yellow, there's blue, there's red, and then there's also the main green and neutral kit. Then you also need to use something from either the Christmas Wonder Series, the Christmas Fussy Cut Mega Pack, or the Christmas Ephemera Mega Pack. And then once you do it, you share what you've done using the hashtag Botanical Christmas Challenge. And if you post over in her Facebook group, fans of the Junk Journal Studio, there's a chance to win free digitals every day. So she does a little random picker of the people that submitted something, I guess, or shared their work and enjoyment of the contents here. Then you win. You get to reach out with to her and get to select a free digital from her shop. So I've been doing most of my stuff just, whatever. And I have been posting on Instagram and doing reels and showing the things. But today I felt like sitting down and doing a video. It's early in the morning. You can hear the crickets. Literally that's inside my house because I have crickets, because I have tarantulas. And so we threw some in the thing and they are not being eaten yet. Anyway, so let me tell you what I'm trying to make today, because I've made one bigger. I'm trying to downsize it for an idea. So it is something from another creator, Treasure Books, Natasha over at Treasure Books. She did this folder journal book or something like that, and I thought that on a small, and she did all different sizes, and on the small size I thought it would be cool to use for the season. So I'll explain that in a minute. So let me just show you. I am able to print 12 by 12, so I have the backgrounds papers from the botanical kits. So like this is from the red kit, I believe this is from the pink kit, this is from the pink. So we have the yellows and stuff. I don't see, I might have used the blue one already, or maybe I didn't print it. Anyway, I think this one's from the pink kit. Kind of. The red kit, not the pink kit, the red kit. The reason that it's on 12 by 12 is because my printer, I'm able to print on 12 by 12. So this isn't the entire sheet. So she does her digitals 8.5 by 11, which is US letter size. And so all I did was bring it into a program, and I pulled it to fit on I set the program up to have a 12 by 12 size paper, and then I took the image and I pulled it to make it wide. So the 8.5, I pulled it to make it the 11, I'm sorry, I pulled it to make it this wide. And so yeah, there would have been more to the page over here, but it got cut off. But that was fine because these are backgrounds, and I shifted it until one edge was full. So I know that doesn't make any sense, but if you want to ask many questions, I could try to explain some more, but I think that's all I'm gonna do for now. So you're gonna need one 12 by 12 piece of paper. So I did settle on using this one. Okay, now I did not print anything on the back, and a lot of times we all have paper that is one-sided, and we're like, how do I use this? Okay, fine. We also have paper that's two-sided, and then we perplex and we hoard because we never know how to, or we want to cut into the paper because we feel like we're going to lose the other side. I think that's a strategic strategic marketing strategy from the fancier brand, so that we feel we have to buy 2 sheets. Anyway, so I didn't print anything on the back because I am going to be doing a couple of more projects that have this 12 by 12 size, but I figured I would take one of the sheets and apply this thing that I saw, and on a smaller scale. So this is that folder book. So I'm just trying to cut this one up into 4. So I'm cutting at 6, right? And then, okay, see, like 6 by 12, right? And then I'm cutting it again at 6. Okay. Okay. And that's what I have right there. And that's pretty much the only cutting I'm gonna do on the screen. What else I've done is to pick out a few pieces from the other parts of the kit. So this is from the botanical. This is the part that goes there. I have a few pieces for ephemera pieces that I'm gonna be using for the cover, right? And I'll need to tweak that for the size. And then I have a few pieces of the papers that are in the Christmas. So if you saw my posting of my I think I did a video. Yeah, I did a video of the ornaments that I made. So I had cut out circles from these papers to make the ornaments. So I still had the papers because there was plenty of paper left over. So I just cut out 4 little, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 different papers, 2 pieces of each, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do with that, right? And then it may be like, why are you bringing in black? Because you know what, this is something that will be handled, so maybe having the black on the outside just to keep the dirt from like showing and stuff. That's what I was thinking. So let's get to it, Dee Dee, right? Get to it. So let me get my little scoreboard so that I can manage a little better. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make these little folders that we're then creating a, here we go. Ooh, my lights, oh no. We're gonna create a sorry, I'm looking for a bone folder. I don't know if this is gonna work because I don't know where that little thing went. Yeah. So many bone folders, so many. Hopefully, that's a little better. Okay. So we're looking to score, and we're gonna do a couple of scores, some real solid reinforcements. So I have some 6 by 6 pieces of paper, and what I want to do is I want to make the folder. So if you've watched her video and she's done, and you've seen her do this folder book, then you know that she does it with double-sided paper, because you will have to fold up, right? And so when you fold up to make the little pockets, right, then you have, you know, the back of the paper. But a lot of times we don't have the back of the paper. And yes, I could have printed something else on the back of the paper, but then there's a lot of it going wasted just to have a little piece being shown, right? So I decided to flip it. And basically, I'm going to not flip it, I'm sorry. I'm basically going to print. I'm going to flip it like this and not care that there's white, and I'm gonna take care of that, okay? So the only thing is I have to decide where I'm scoring all of this. So the first thing that I will know that I do have to do is I'm gonna have to score at 3. So I can't see. So I'm going to darken that. That's my 3 mark right there. And I'm gonna score all of them at 3. Okay. All right, bouncing off. Oh my goodness. That's not a good way to start a video, huh? Okay, 3. You know what it is? I wear glasses to see up front, but then my head would be in front of the camera. So let me see if I can just get him in the right place. Okay, so a little snafu there. Still usable. It's a little bit, you know, a little rough around here, plus the fact that I didn't. So I actually scored a little too aggressive because I'm trying to get it in the groove. So hopefully you will have your correct tools when you're doing your scoring. I don't think I'm gonna mind that, and actually because we're not going to see, oh no, oopsie, sorry. The lights. Okay, I don't know what's going on. The plug is I kicked it or whatever. Shut it down, Didi, shut it down. I'm just going to put a little tape on the back here just to reinforce it, because it is the back. We will not be seeing that part, right? This is the top of the digital. We will be seeing this part, but you know what? I'm not mad at that, but I will take this kind of tape, which is paper tape from the dollar store. It's used in the medical area, just to reinforce that. And hopefully, you know, you won't see, it's not shiny. So, yeah, I'm not going to fold, well, I could fold it over. It's not going to hurt. Okay, back to what we're supposed to be doing. So, you know, salvage. Let's see if I don't mess up the rest of these. So I just want to get them started. Why do I feel like this is so crazy off? Okay. Who of you, you know, once you hit 40, that was it. Your eyes were done for. You know, that's what I feel. And now the rest of me is following suit with the coming of the next decade, with the coming and the presentation of the next decade, which, yeah. All right. So I'm just looking for anything directional. So that's another thing. Directional paper, you want to make sure that you have it where you're cutting the page. So I'm doing this 6x6. It's going to be small. I've done 12x12, and it's been a nice little size thing to carry around, you know, to have and stuff like that. So I'm just making something that's more carry friendly for all of us that are going to be doing a bunch of shopping. If we haven't finished our shopping yet, some last minute shopping. Okay, so I know that I'm going to score and have, so this is going to be like the width of the little booklet that I'm making, the journal book. And then I think, let's see, I think I wanted to do it 2 inches. Let me make sure. I'm just coming over here to see, because I kind of pre-planned this. I figured 4 inches would be tall enough. Yes, so we're going to put this over here, and we're going to look for 4 inches, which I can't see. Let me see, where's 4 inches? So 4 inches is here, okay? So we're going to do 4 inches now. So we're going to score, so the top is going to be here. So we're going to score 4 inches. Okay, and we're going to do that for all of them. So 4 inches, right? So in half and then 4 inches from the top. Directionality, checking for that. Putting the top over here. Scoring 4 inches. I don't know, like, this scoreboard thing is like, I love it. I love the idea. Whoever invented it, I just feel it's so awkward. Because, like, I don't know, for a right-handed person, you would think the stuff would be over here. Maybe they were left-handed and they wanted to go, ha 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 ha, the rest of the world, because we have to struggle on something. So, again, directionality, and then 4 inches. Okay. Now, I know I'm a newish creator that's putting myself out there. Hello. And I know my videos are long, and I appreciate, oops, and then maybe not banging my head against the camera. Those of you that hang out, because I just, you know, I'm showing and I'm trying to explain and I'm teaching. Would I say teaching? I guess everything is teaching. You learn something a day. You know, you're doing good in life. All right, so we have 4 of these guys now that are ready to kind of go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to score on all of the scores. We're going to fold, and we're going to really get that nice and crisp burnishing down. Okay, so I'm going to do all of the 2 inches, all of the little pockets. Basically what we're doing is making pockets. Right, so if you check your edge, you want to make sure that, you know, the scoreboards are there, great, lovely, whatever. They give us the beginnings, but we want to make sure that that edge is, you know, on point. That our papers are lining up. So, you know, we look at this, make sure that it's lined up so that we can really get our papers trained, right, in a way that is going to serve our purpose. So that's 3. Let me do this one. So I want to make sure that the edge is lined up. And again, now when you score, if you are aggressive, you know, then maybe you need to add some more tape. Hey, if it's on the white side back, doesn't matter. If it's on the white side front, maybe this is a little off on the color because it's not completely white pure. But hey, it's all good. We can also, you know, just ink a little bit around. Maybe we'll do that before we so now the inclination is to want to fold this one here, but suggested is that you do it this way and then double check and get that fold in there good. So we're going to again line up and then bring down and make sure that our fold is nice. Right, so big, you know, I could ink this, maybe I will, just because the white can be a little stark, right? And so, and then some people might think that the black is a little stark, not stark, but like a little, so white is stark and black is aggressive. So maybe the black might be feeling a little bit aggressive, but I always like to add a little black something in my, see, I'm a little off there, so I'm gonna try to retrain that little score so it's, you know, we're gonna bring it out from here. There we go. Okay, and you know, just so that it offsets, the black offset. See, what did I do here? This is no bueno. See, I have to try to retrain this again. So I missed it. I was a little not as holding it as stiffly as I should have or could have or whatever. So let's go ahead. Okay, we'll retrain that again down here. Let's check the edges. Okay. Muchísimo mejor. Much better. Much better. Okay, so okay, one more to kind of train. Okay, so my idea is that I'm making this like tiny. Well, it's not, it's a small, I mean, you could probably try to do it smaller. I don't know how much smaller, what would happen. So the reason why I'm trying to be a little more aggressive is because, you know, you have this right here, and then when you fold it, you see that it's going to peek out a little bit. So that's a thing. So and that's going to naturally happen because of the bulk inside here, right? And so I didn't do it on the other one. I kind of was okay with it. I was thinking of maybe cutting a little bit of a sliver out of this one because it's still making a pocket. So my idea was to make one of these, a little booklets, right? See, it's still sticking out. I mean, I guess I could just trim it off too, but you want the booklet to be able to, I'm just folding them up again, to be able to be like that, right? And to kind of lay flat. So let me put them all together. Right, so I folded them up and I'm going to try burnishing nice and aggressive. Be aggressive. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so to have a little booklet, let me see if this is even the correct size. Yes. Okay, now you're saying why? Because we're gonna have a little spine because we don't want to see all of these things, but it's not going to be a spine that is hard, so to say. So yeah, so pretty much this is kind of it. So the intention is to make this little booklet that when you open it up, you'll have 2 pockets, 2 pockets, 2 pockets, 2 pockets, 8 pockets, and then you can put this in your purse, and then as you're holiday shopping, you can put your little receipts in here. And so, you know, we'll decorate it up and we'll see what else we're gonna put there to help us with the keeping track. Okay, so first things first, I want to, let's see, this is the one that got a little bit aggressive, so you know what, might as well, let's just ink some stuff. Okay, so I will not ink all the way necessarily because I'm gonna have this in front, so maybe I will just try to hide that, inking the tops across and the sides over here. If you wanted to corner round, then probably wait a minute before we do that, and then we could just re-ink. So then I have enough ink that I can go up this way. I'm going to be adding this little piece right here, right? Just for some color, some other color. And I feel like this could have been a little bit longer. So that was my bad, because I wasn't, not that I wasn't paying attention, is that I was doing measurements in my head when, you know, I need to be a visual person. So we're going to have, they're all the same size. So I already cut them. So we're going to have a little bit of a weirdness going on. So how can we adjust that on the fly? On the fly, on the fly. I don't want to add too much bulk inside, because basically, well, you know what? Let's start with this. Let's try. I need not a glue page, but something to put behind there. I'm gonna just put this, because this is gonna get dirty, but I don't have time to clean it. I would let it get dirty normally. Right? So let's see if we just went around a little bit. So the paper tape will also take some of that. Okay. So there we go. That looks a lot better, and it's not screaming as much. So I think we're gonna go with that. So problem adjusted. Okay. And then if we ink all of these up, if you wanted to round the corners of these, or put a little something, which, you know, I like to have a little something. It's just a little plaque thing. Maybe I'll put like a postage stamp thing, or like a tag or something else. All right, so I'm gonna continue to ink all of these things up, and I'll be right back for assembly. Okay, I'm back. I know it's been, you know, a minute. You missed me. No. So I did a lot. Because who wants to sit here inking? But this is not inked aggressively enough for me. So let me just do that. The ink that I'm using is the walnut stain oxide. So I'm trying to figure out what my favorite one is, but at this point in time, don't know. Plus I had to get another element, which was like how to keep this closed, because it will get a little, it might not close as quickly and as nicely as I would like it to close. That said, let me tell you what I've done. I've prepped all of these guys. So everything has been inked all around, all the edges, excuse me, and these guys have been placed inside. So I left one for me to do with you guys, so you can see. So these little guys were 2 3/4 by 1.5, and I used this punch, which I got off of Temu. Deco Corners is called, and I use this little one here, and I just punched it just to add a little whimsy to what's happening here. So I'm gonna attach them here. So I think I'm gonna put this one here because not much color, and this one here. At first I was gonna put them all the same, but then I was like, you know what, let's change it up, let's make it look cutesy, and that was good. So I'm just putting adhesive around the entire back of this little piece, and then from here I'm just trying to get the center, more or less. Remember, I felt like it was a little short. I didn't compensate for what I was thinking in my head, which is good. It's all good. So we're gonna put one down there. I'm gonna put the other one over here, and yeah. Oh, excuse me. So the idea now is that to close up the folders and prep for the next step. So I did those 3. I'm showing you what to do on this little one here, whether it be this little one or on a bigger scale. So I'm just tilting so that I can see it a little better, right? Okay, so now it's flapping up and stuff, but it's, you know, ready to go. It's all inked and everything. So I'm going to glue. Now we're going to glue in the center. I'm going to glue that first, and then we're going to glue the edges to make those pockets. So just a little thinnish bead of our glitter glue. That's what's in that bottle. I'm gonna press that down in the center. Make sure everything is still lining up. Press it down. Press this down. Let's hold it for a minute. Okay, so to be cutesy and all that, I figured, you know, little plaques. We could put a little something. Like, I'm snarky, so like I would have 8 pockets. And let's say I would keep the receipt separate to know how much I spent on certain people, because I'm, you know, gonna make them feel it for the whole year. Kidding. No. I could do it based upon like family member. Maybe I have a budget. Maybe for my, you know, parents, I want to spend a certain amount of money, and that may be more than 1 or 2 little gifts. And so I might say, you know, parents. I might say my kids. I might say, you know, grandkids, you know, besties, in-laws, right? Co-workers, because I'm picking up something for the co-workers. And then like for me and for my craft room, I don't know. So I could label the different things and then just put the receipts in the corresponding. You could also do it based upon like the, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then you could do like, that's what you're shopping outside. And then maybe the other one for the 7th, so 8th day would be like maybe online or something. Anyway, I'm just yapping so that could all dry for a minute. All right, so the next part is to figure out when you open it, what do you want to see first? So obviously, since they're very, very similar, I think I'm going to start with, I want to have this be my first page, right? So, and then the next page would be this. Then I would have this again, and then this. So what I'm doing is I'm stacking them in the order of how I want to see them when I open up the little booklet. And again, now that everything is glued, I'm gonna press down and reinforce all of that. Okay, so you're gonna notice that there's gonna be a little bit of thickness here. It's gonna go super thin here, so we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Okay, and so yeah, so when we glue it, we're gonna glue it. So we have, this is gonna open, these are gonna be glued together, then it's gonna open, and such like that. You know, if you wanted to, because we love us a good pocket, right? We could actually add a little pocket in between each of these, because we don't have to necessarily glue the whole entire thing down. So maybe you cut a notch. This is pretty, so maybe, you know, prettier than this. So maybe I cut notches in here to add extra pockets. And then this is pretty, and then I cut a notch here, and then I could cut a notch here, and then we would have to adjust the way we attach the cover to make a little extra pocket if you want. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to slap it together like I have been thinking to do. So again, you're going to pick the one you want to open to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then each one is where you could shove some receipts, right? And why, like, really, because, you know, thinking about it, like, how many of us have, like, go shopping and then, like, how do you want your receipt? And you go, send it to me in email. So, but you could also do these to hold the gift receipts. See, I just saved that. You like how I saved that, right? So the gift receipts of whatever you're shopping. So now what you want to do is you want to glue these two together. Okay. So this is the first one, and I want to glue it to this one, and I want to make sure that I'm all lined up. Like, you know, excuse me, all lined up. Now we're actually not going to glue all the way to the bottom here. We're going to glue like a finger's width is not going to be used. I'm going to use regular old white glue because I have a little bit of wiggle room, and we're going to need to do that. We need to wiggle. So I'm going to go down probably to about there, like a finger's width of glue, go up in the corners, and then get the middle, because I'm not doing the pockets, but you could try. Then I'm going to bring this one up, and I'm going to match up the corners, the edges, and it's going to move a little bit, but that's okay. We want to be able to kind of, you know, do that. Okay, so we've got 2 of them that are attached to each other. Gonna check on the other side and make sure that everything is lining up. It's not. Oh, like, why am I pressing on this like it's actual something? It's okay. It's okay. It's rustic. All right, so this little bit, if it's really after after they're all glued together, we'll do a little look through and we'll do a little cleanup, because you know you're trying to get these to match up exactly, and maybe you know that doesn't necessarily happen perfectly because sometimes when we do cut, it might be a little off, which is fine. So we have our first opening, our second opening. The next one that's going to come up is going to be this one. So we're going to add our glue here. Again, leaving like about a finger's width, a knot from the spine. I'm going to get the edges so that the edges stay nice and glued together. I'm going to bring this one up, bring it over here, and we're going to place it right on top. Okay. Much easier when you have the little one. And then I'm going to, because we have a little bit of movement, time to move, I think. Oh, God doesn't want to move today. It doesn't want to move. It wants to be, it thinks it wants to be it wants to be our glitter glue. That's what the PVA wants to be, our glitter glue. Okay, here we go. Almost. All right. So a little bit off, but that's okay. We'll clean all that up in a minute. Okay, so you see you have your 1, 2, and then this one. And now we're going to attach the last one. So make sure everything is pointing in the right direction. Right? She feels a little high. See what I'm saying? But again, we're not gonna see this, so it's fine. All right. Let's attach the last one. So that's facing up. This is up. Let's add the glue. So I bought these to put these little squeeze bottles. Oh my God, so hard. They give you a nice little thin stream. So like this is white glue. This is literally like school glue. Elmer's or whatever from the dollar store. Oh, I'm messing up. I'm not supposed to have this. See, that's how you try to like talk about things and then you just like goof up. Yes, I'm wiping it on my shirt because you know I have a crafty shirt. So yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, these things. And it's like I'm like, okay, cool, you know, I could have a little bit, I could have the different glues for the different reasons. And you know, Eileen's glitter tacky whatever, no, that's like killing my hand trying to push that sucker out. The PVA, this is okay. I don't know, the nozzles are like really small on here, and so it's killing me. Okay, so everything is aligned. So we'll see that a little bit of like, it seems like it's going off, and it is kind of going off a little bit. We're trying to line up these guys over here. This is not going to be seen, so hopefully, you know, that's going to be good. So here we go. Everything is attached. If this really bothers you and it's not moving anymore, I'm trying to see if I have any movement left in this the gluing situation. Okay, let me put this away. We could kind of, how do you call it? So we got 1, we got the pocket, we got 2. I'm checking to see if I need to glue anything extra, like down here feels like it might be separating, so I'll take a art glitter, I'll go in between, squeeze a little bit of glue in there, and then squeeze it out and away, take it away with my hands. Okay, and then I'll look at this little edge, and that edge looks good. Here looks like a little bit open right here, so I will put a little bit of glue in there, you know, because you know what, this is for the season. I mean, it's not gonna last. I don't know, it could last. Maybe you're very delicate with your stuff, but if it's in and out of your bag, guess what? That's fine. We'll make another one, or maybe you make this one for this year, and then next year you put this in your December daily in one of the pockets. You know, so something like that. Okay, this edge feels a little bit less than glued. Do the same thing, add a little bit of glue, squish it out. Okay, I'm looking to see if anything else looks like it's not. Okay, alrighty, so there we go. So we have a little box, and we need to put a cover. So the cover is exactly the same height, pretty much, right? And you're saying, well, it's not the right width. It's because I have this ribbon that I'm going to add to cover what's happening right here. So that's going to be their spine. And that's going to be our little book, right? So I decided to take a piece of, couple pieces of ephemera. I like this one. I did cut it down a little bit, okay? And so I need to attach that here. Now, I think I want that to just be in the back. So if it's going to be in the back, I want to attach it such that it's going to be a little bit away from this edge, because the ribbon is going to go that way, right? So let's do that. We're going to do a little bit of glue. The only thing I don't like is I forget about these little rubber band things that are like for the tops. Okay, so this has also been inked as well with the walnut stain. So we're going to put this guy here. And this is another one of those deco, punches. So if you never thought about getting that deco punches, this is another shape that they have besides the ticket stub shape. So yeah, there we go. Okay. So this guy's gonna go over here, right there, okay. And then on the other side, it's gonna be this one. And so with this one, I have like this 1911 calendar that she had as part of her ephemera. And I like a good little thing. And then I also got this little circle just to add a little something, something. So let's attach those to the front. Okay. I can attach it nice and nice and nice and nice. Now we do need to attach the closure. So I just found a piece of I mean, in all honesty, you could probably take a hairband and wrap it around this guy and it's like done and done. But what fun is that? Where's the whimsy in that? So it's a little off, but that's all right. It's okay. And then this one is gonna go here. I would love to pop it up, etc., but not gonna do that because if it's going in and out of the bag, I want everything nice and secure down. Okay, so we're gonna put this one here. Okay. Ugh. Compliments of the season. Yes, all these gifts are compliments of me. No. Okay. So this is gonna be the front over here. Now I didn't pay attention to this because what is it? Do as I say, not as I do. It's not gonna be that bad. It's gonna cover a little bit of it. It's not that dramatic and stuff. All right. Let me this I'm gonna take apart and figure out how much I need. Be right. Okay, I'm hoping that this is correct because this morning daughter had to get out the door, got it to get out of her way to get out the door, and now she's texting me, so it just threw off my whole whatever was going on here. So we shall see, we shall see. All right. This was the piece of woolly that I was dealing with when she came and was complaining about not what do you call it, me being in her way. So you know what, I'm like thinking, because I was trying to get this knot out, I need to put something over here. And I was like, okay, I could do this and then put it underneath the cover, which is what I think I'm gonna do, and have a little bit hanging out to be able to tie it if we needed to tie it. Basically, sounds like a plan. I think it sounds like a plan. So I don't need the knot piece. That actually might be enough. I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna cut this part off. I don't want to waste. I know, right? Like I don't have a bazillion, quadrillion yards of stuff like this. But I don't wanna waste it. I wanna, be creative about it. How it's, how we are, So anyway, so. Yes. So, I mean, normally we could go in and we could do some adjusting of some of the cutting so that this is perfect. If it was giving it as a gift, I definitely would think about it. So it went a little off with the spine. I think is user error because this is only the second time I've done it, and then I did it as a small little thing. But anyway, you do you. You figure it. You try it. Play with some scrap paper that you don't like, that you don't care if it gets messed up, and you know, just go like that. So I'm gonna add a little bit more ink to some of the white spots to kind of tone that down from being in the right place. And yeah, okay. Let's keep it going. So I want to adhere these here. Now I could glue them and be fine with that, or I'm gonna take excuse me, take some double-sided tape. I know some people, well, I don't know. Again, I don't know if this is gonna be good or bad or what, but I'm gonna do it like this so that I could use the double-sided tape as well to help me with my adhering of the things. Okay, I moved this, so now I feel like you're all over the place. Okay, better. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off. Okay, I'm gonna look at it again, make sure. So this is the bottom, so this is the back. I'm gonna take my back piece and I'm going to push it to the front over here. Center it. I'm gonna push it so that I don't see the front pages, right? So I'm gonna adjust it in that way and be like done with it. So that's like looking, it's looking good. I'm gonna press on where the double-sided tape is, and now I could just lift this and add the glue as I need to. So let me do the same thing to the front. Over here, gotta get that double-sided tape off. I'm going to do the same thing to the front. I'm going to bring it to the front, to the forward. I'm going to try to match them up, the black pieces that are the cover, right? And then I'm going to press that down. There we go. It's not 100% perfect because, you know, why would I get anything straight? Why? This might not be long enough, but if it's just a little knot just so that it doesn't flop open, hey, whatever, right? All right, so let's add a little bit of glue in here to get that cover. Okay, so remember, I don't have to necessarily go all the way over here. I'm going to put something else, but I do want to make sure that I get it to the front. So it's a little bit off because you can see it's a little crooked, but it's good. It's good. You're learning. We are learning. It's a learning process. That's how we create and we share, to teach and inspire. Okay. So that's good there. Okay, now this one also, right? Could have adjusted the other one maybe a little bit. It was double-sided tape, right? I could have, which I think I'm gonna try to do here. Okay, so here's our front. Here's our little closure thingy. This is glued down very nicely to this edge, very nicely to that edge, and the back is okay. It's shorter. We can get it in there so that way we don't feel like it's going anywhere. Okay. Okay. And then, I mean, if we really hate that it's sticking out, I could cut it off, right? It's all good. Excuse me. So now I'm going to do the same thing to the back. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to get in there with the glue. I'm going to try to hit my corners. I'm going to get some in the middle over here. Okay. Okay. Making sure that this corner over here gets nice in the edge. Do the same thing on the bottom. Getting up in there. Right. Listen, you're like, why is this woman doing that in a hole? It's all good, you know. We do what we got to. You know, it's crafting. You know, you're not gonna tell me you've never glued into a hole before. Okay, so these guys look nicely attached. Everything's looking good. Okay, we've got this. I'm just gonna do a little something here. Let me see if I can even do a bow. Okay, so see, doing that also tells me I need to do some adhesive right there. So, yep. Test everything out. Okay, so that's gonna be. Oh man, what's going on, bro? What is? I can't move it now because this is our glitter glue. Ladies and gentlemen, my lovely spectators, I don't know what happened. Okay, so don't do what I do. Do something different. I don't know what happened with this guy. Wow, I'm so disappointed. So I think I just was manhandling it, thinking I got it like that, and yeah, it didn't. It didn't like that. It was like, no, girl. Let's see. No, not that. We're gonna try to see. We're gonna see if we can, get something. See, like this whole thing is like, can I get it up a little bit off the glitter? You know. Wow. Please don't break. Please don't break. Okay. Is that gonna help? I think that's gonna help. Whew, jeez. That's me talking caballa. And if you're Latino and that's a curse, I apologize. I don't know. We hear it in the household, but I don't know. Okay, so you know what? We adjust. This is for ourselves. I mean, again, if you're going to be giving it to somebody, this is your prototype. This is your first pancake. It's like my first pancake. And so, yeah, so this is, it is what it is. So I think I'm going to do what I said before, which is I'm going to cut the black away because it's so off. I did such a poor job. Let's just adjust this black away. Okay, just a little bit. I'm leaving a slight little bit. Maybe not because there's none over here, so I might have to go back and get rid of all the black over there. Let's do that. It's a little wrinkly. If that bothered you and this was your first pancake, you could always put another piece of ephemera on there. Oh wow, it's like I don't know how to line up scissors. Okay, now I need to do this side, so I'm gonna bring this forward so I don't cut it, because that's all I need, right? Is to cut that. And then I'm gonna cut this down and get the black off. Okay. Alright, so that kind of messed up this edge, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. You know what? Maybe it should have waited to put the decorative items on the cover before and making sure that the cover pieces were on there correctly. So you live and you learn, and you live when Dee Dee makes some mistakes. Alright guys, I thought I was gonna have like a pretty easy going, kind of like almost super quick, not quick but quicker than usual, but that's not happening. No, but actually we're almost done, even though we have the snafu. So now we want to take this piece of ribbon, right, and we want to glue that over here. Okay, now this side is thicker than this side, so we are going to figure out where we're attaching it. So we're going to attach it relative to this mark right here, just a little bit over, right, and then like that. So we can not go super tight, just a little bit, so figure out where it's going to be, and then keep it straight across. We're not trying to go in, we're not trying to do that. So I'm going to start with this right here. So, and again, I don't know if this is going to leak through the ribbon or not, but we're going to take a chance. We're going to take a chance. Okay. All right. I'm using the little dot, what is it called? What are these diamond shapes to kind of figure out whether or not I'm in a good spot. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit more, right, and trying to get it wet and so that it doesn't seep through, a little bit thin. Okay. Now we're just going rogue anyway. And then this one, we're going to do the same thing, right? Not super tight because we want movement in there, but you know. I'm going to put the glue. Do you see the little net? So I'm doing it to this one, which is where the fat is, but then I'm just bringing it down so that it's consistent, like the width of this. Even though it could be thinner, I don't want to have this go crazy. And that is pinking, which should be good. I'm going to leave that as a decorative element. Okay. And then we're going to go check over here, make sure everything is glued down. Okay. All right, guys. So I don't know if you lasted this long. Thank you so much. I would love to hear your comments. I mean, we could laugh together. So yeah. So here's my little shopping receipt gift card holder for the season with all my little snafus. So. And it lays flat. That was one of the things that, you know, if you had to use it, use this concept as a journal. It also opens up completely, right? You know, so, and you can keep adding more. So you could have, make it a little bigger, maybe use 8x8 paper, and then, you know, use 6 of them and make for the whole year, and you can keep all your stuff there. So yeah, I think that's where we're at. So anyway, I'm looking at this video recording and I see that it's recording on additional 15, so this is like 45-minute video. I'm just hoping that I don't have to mess with the, you know, the whole whatnot. Anyway, it is what it is. It's cute. I'll carry it around. I'm not shopping this year. Christmas is gonna be tight, but it's a cute little concept, and it'll just add to my little things I've done and made, and my ephemera if I wanted to put it in a junk journal, Christmas daily, December daily or something like that. And like I said, I could put a little label here, and then for whoever that pocket is representing, and then it's like, you know, it's a little pocket, and then it's the pocket. And again, you could have made those, but I don't know, that might break out the stability, you know. So it's really literally like the size of a receipt, like if this was a receipt. Yeah, I think I have a receipt. Let's see, what did I buy from right here? So here, Dollar Tree receipt for all the stocking stuffers, and then you're like, okay, let's see, how much did I spend? So you're gonna kind of have to, like, you know, figure that out, how you're gonna fill that out. It's like, oh, let's see, Friday I went to here, this is where I shop Friday, and there it goes, it's right in there. Listen, I hope you enjoyed my shenanigans. Maybe you try this this project and whatnot. Tag me, tag Treasure Books, because, you know, she was where I got it from, and yeah, let me know. Anyway, I don't know, it's cute. I like it. It's perfect. Perfection, like she says. Anyway, until next time, thank you so much. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all the good things. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Ciao.